Scorpio. This is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is going to be your June monthly overview reading. I call these really raw readings because the messages that do come through occasionally can be triggering in nature. I do not know what's going to come up ahead of time, and this is real tarot. I don't do fluffy stuff. These are real messages that come through. They can be triggering in nature, so I'm letting you know ahead of time. That's why I call these really raw readings. Not every reading every month for every sign is going to be raw and going to be triggering. But I put that as a kind of disclaimer to for you to understand that these readings can be triggering in nature, because I don't know what's going to come through, what messages are what I'm going to pick up on, and what's going to come through. So I'm going to, the way I do these readings for the month is we do 3 rows. The first row is going to be your emotional self. The middle row is your soul self. And the third row is your physical self. And the way I read tarot, the cards I may not read them the traditional way that a lot of readers out there read them, because the way I pick up on messages is I use tarot cards as a tool to help get the messages that come up. So when I see cards, I may get feelings or visions, images, messages, things that come up based on what I see when the card hits the table. So understand it may not be the traditional meaning of the card. So understand if you see a card and, oh, she's not really saying that, that's not really what that card means. Understand that I'm kind of channeling, it's what comes up. It's whatever message comes forth when I see that card. These are I'm just using them as a tool, as a guide to help me get the messages out that want to come up. Also, so with our emotional self, that kind of sets the stage of what the message is for the month that wants to be talked about, the general message, overall message based on what you're thinking, feeling, that comes up. And then the soul self is kind of your intuition. It's whether you're aware or unaware of what your subconscious intuition might be trying to tell you about what you're feeling and thinking. And then the physical self is kind of like bringing that 5D self into the 3D, what we're seeing and feeling on a physical level, related to that problem or that message that wants to come through. So that's kind of like, almost like, I'm trying to see, it's kind of, you'll get it when you see it, because like when the physical self comes out, it's like I said, it's more kind of what is actually going on, and how you're dealing with that, or how you're seeing it play out kind of in the real world. And then we're going to wrap it up by pulling one card at the end for love and romance for the month of June. I do that just as kind of a bonus perk because there are many love tarot readers out there. I don't want to focus on that, so I'm not making that the focus of my readings. So you can, if you want love, there's many readers out there that you can go to get that information. But I will include that since this is monthly. I do want to include that as well, because I know people are interested in that. So I do include that at the end. So Scorpio, let's go ahead and dive right in and see what your emotional self wants to talk about for the month of June. What is Scorpio's emotional self? What do they want to talk about? What are they feeling, thinking, experiencing for the month of June? Phobias. So what are you afraid of, Scorpio? What's your fear? What fear is coming forth? We'll go ahead and pull an emoji card for the month. What are you going to be feeling? I'm definitely getting anxiety and fear off that phobias card big time. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling shortness of breath and tension in my chest from pulling that card and even looking at it. I'm really feeling that, Scorpio. So what are you? Okay, you get two feelings, two emoji cards. Interesting. That's interesting. So, I'm really getting that there's something you have your eye on. That's what I'm picking up from these two cards. There's something you have your eye on. Like that's what's coming up. So that's what we're going with, because that's what I'm feeling. Is there's something you got your eye on, like you're looking at that you have your eye on. I'm actually gonna feel. I actually feel a little bit of adoration, like putting someone on a pedestal. Like, oh, yeah, I was gonna say I see a card that's upside down, so we're going to take that. That's interesting. That wanted to. It just. I don't even think it flipped. I don't know how it got upside down, but we're going to take it because I saw it. It stuck out, and I saw it as I was going through here. That there was a card that was backwards. Interesting. Very interesting, Scorpio. So I've got the Ten of Wands, which is, that's talking about that weight. I'm really feeling like almost with that, like a weight of the world. Oh, okay. Yeah, the message is coming through. So, the burden is around choices. Do you have too many options, Scorpio? Do you have too many options to choose from? Ooh, in love, too. Okay. So, So I have a feeling that you're struggling with making a choice on something. I think there's like I'm really getting, interesting enough, the way this is coming up for me, Scorpio, is that you have a fear around committing to somebody a little bit. I see there's definitely the soulmate connection, that Two of Cups. There's definitely a soulmate connection. And you're desiring it. And I see that you are desiring this during the month of June, but there's that fear, anxiety, burden of bringing this together. Because I'm really feeling like, with the Seven of Cups here, it's more of a, how do I do this? How do I make this happen? Sort of energy versus not necessarily options in love. I'm picking it up as that Seven of Cups is like, these Seven of Cups, there's different things, like different things in all these cups. And in the center is that, almost that like Ace of Cups, that cup with the rose over it, and in some tarot decks, the Two of Cups can be, have roses in it as well. And even though this one specific deck doesn't, I'm drawn to that ace in the middle being almost that Ace of Cup kind of energy or feeling. And it's like it's surrounded by these other things that are going on. So it's like, it's kind of like you're not exactly sure Scorpio, how to make this come together. Like there's this desire, there's, like I said, you have your eyes on this person. You have interest in this person, but it's like you're not exactly sure how to bring your cup, like what way to bring your cup, how to present yourself, how to almost like you don't know how to act around this person. It's causing you anxiety and stress and this burden, because it's like you don't know how to approach this person, is what I'm really picking up on. I don't know if that's resonating with you or not, Scorpio, but that's what I'm really picking up on, is like with that Seven of Cups, it's really coming through as is not knowing how to act around this person, or how to confront them, how to approach this. Like, there's so many different ways, and you're not sure the best way to approach them that's going to have success. But that's what you desire. I mean, that's what you're seeking. That's what you're trying to have this success. You're trying to have, you got your eyes on this person and you want success. And like I said, I almost felt like you kind of have, this person is on a bit of a pedestal for you a little bit. Like you really desire them. And it's like there's this fear and anxiety that you can't make this happen underneath is what I'm getting for you, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and move on to your soul self. Okay, so you have Ka. So now I get this. So interesting enough, this is actually the card, the design that's on this deck, the back of this deck. So I'm really seeing like those lotus flowers are really, really standing out for me. And so it's like that, almost like coming up from the soul, like this inner, I see this like emerging, like almost. Let's see what goes with that. I'm also seeing a little bit of a Ten of Cups feeling off of that with that rainbow. I'm seeing like, similar to the Light Seers deck, the Ten of Cups where it's the people sitting on the rainbow. I'm almost getting that, like, it's like this kaleidoscope of moving pieces. It's like this, it's like your happiness is like moving on you. Like the kaleidoscope, it's like things keep changing and moving and shifting. And it's like you're trying to get things to stop moving a little bit, Scorpio. It's like almost like this feeling of a merry-go-round. It's like your rainbow or your happiness is it's like just out of reach. You're trying to reach out and grab it. It's like right there on the cusp. But things keep spinning and moving and changing, like shifting sands almost. Interesting. Can I get 3 cards on Scorpio's soul self, please? What's her soul self for the month of June, please? So you have the Page of Pentacles. And the 8 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles can be, oh my goodness. So I want that card, not these. I think that's the Chariot. It's an interesting Chariot. Okay. Yeah, I use these. This is Royo Dark Tarot deck, and I use that for the soul because it kind of gets at those darker things, the hidden things that you may not see. So I see you, Scorpio, is I see you trying to figure out, like, you're trying to figure out which way to move. You know, even at that soul level, your intuition, it's like you're you're trying to determine which way to move. Because like with this Page of Pentacles, it's really about that, like I'm really picking up on studying, especially with that Eight of Pentacles, like working on trying to figure something out and what way to move with that Chariot card, like what way to move at that deep soul level. It's like I said, this call card, I really felt like that, like kaleidoscope, shifting sands, things keep moving and changing on you and shifting on you, where it's like you're still trying to sort and figure things out. You're trying to find your way. I think you're trying to work on like almost connecting to your intuition more. You're trying to figure out how to connect with yourself and your intuition more so that you can make this choice. Because like I said, you're not really sure how, which way to approach. Like I said, it's like you're unsure of what way to choose, which way to approach. There's so many different options, but you're not sure. It's like the sand, you keep getting this image of almost, like quicksand, or the ground moving beneath your feet. Like you can't, it's like things keep moving, upheaval, shaking, kind of an energy, Scorpio. Okay, so for your physical self, I have protecting treasure. And so I really am feeling like, this is tying back to that fear, the phobias, like, of it's almost I'm getting a Four of Pentacle vibe off of this protecting treasure. It's that miser, it's the, protecting yourself, protecting what you know to be true, not wanting to act. It's holding back and not wanting to act. And I think that is causing this burden because you're undecided. It's because you don't know which way to move, how to approach. And that's what I'm really seeing in your soul. You're trying to figure that out. You're trying to figure out how to approach, how to make that approach, but you haven't figured that out yet. So you're holding back, you're protecting yourself, protecting treasure. This person even looks, oh, there's a hidden card there. Compass, look at that, deciding which way to go. I really felt that. Like I said, you're trying to figure out how to approach, which way to go, what way to approach, how to go about this, in a way that you're gonna protect what is important to you, which this connection is important to you. Like I said, you don't want to lose it. You're trying to really figure out the right way to do it so that you don't lose it, is what I really am picking up on, Scorpio. So in June, you're going to be, I figure your month of June is going to be really, I'm really picking up on, Scorpio, your month of June is going to be kind of trying to figure out your way forward, in a situation. And I'm not going to say, yes, it's talking about, this wants to talk about a significant person, a person with this Two of Cups. But it's a something significant in your life, something that you kind of idolize a little bit, that you don't want to lose, that you're wanting to protect. You see it as your treasure. You see it as important and significant. And there's this fear about losing it. That's where that phobia card came in, because there's a fear of losing this. And so you're in a soul level trying to discern, trying to figure out, work on and figure out how to approach this situation in a way that is going to protect it, to keep it, that isn't going to cause you this burden and fear around missing out. Yeah, so you're using your intuition. Like I said, I see you using your intuition. That's going to be mostly your of how you can start this cycle, this new cycle, how you can start this cycle. If it's in love or if it's something else, it's still I'm seeing this mostly focused around someone in your life that's significant, potentially a soulmate. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. That's what's coming through mostly, but it can be a situation in your life in general. It could be something else that's of significance to you, but it's something that definitely that you idolize, that you want, that you desire, that is important to you, that that you want to protect. That you want to hold on to, you want to protect. And so you're being, this King of Cups is discerning, like he holds back a little bit, and is a little bit reserved in giving his love and attention and time and energy to something, and because he wants to make sure to do the right thing. And I feel like you're using your intuition, Scorpio. That's what you're going to be doing in the month of June, is really taking that time to get in touch with your intuition and really discern and figure out how you want to approach this situation, to bring about Ten of Pentacles in the situation, to have that stability, so that you can protect what you want, what you love, what you need, desire, that's important to you. That's what I'm getting as your overall reading. So we're going to go ahead and pull that one card for love for the month of June. What do Scorpios need to know? What's their overall? Give me one card on their love life in June, please, that represents their love life in June. So you have the Seven of Swords. I think Libra, yeah, Libra had that as well. Seven of Swords. So I see this Seven of Swords interesting enough. I see this, Scorpio, as you defending, protecting this treasure. I see this as almost that, because seven of Swords can be, it can be deception, but I'm not getting that off of this card. I get, like almost he's got all those swords. He's kind of got them wrapped up, and he's like securing them, keeping them, like hoarding them, almost like protecting them almost. And I'm really picking up on, so for your love life in June, Scorpio, that you're going to be trying to, I keep getting drawn back to, it's definitely tied to this protecting treasure card, that you're going to be protecting what's important to you. You're not going to let anyone that may interfere with this interfere. Like, you're not going to let anyone deceive you or get you off track, because you're in this protective mode. I'm really keep getting drawn back to that protecting treasure. So this is where you're going to be for the month of June, is really figuring out how you can, how you can approach the situation that's important to you, and not let anything distract you from that, is what I get for you, Scorpio. It's an interesting message. So if you like that message, or if it resonated with you, please hit that like button, subscribe. I appreciate everyone that sat through the entire message and joined and followed along with me. You feel free to comment down below whether it resonated with you or not. Whatever you want to share with me. I understand that's not going to resonate with everyone. So, I understand that. So, you can feel free, even if you resonate, if it didn't resonate with you and you want to share that, that's fine, because I do understand it's not going to resonate with you. with everyone because this is a very general message. But understand that if you want these to potentially resonate with you, there's a better chance of that if it's not resonating with you, if you like or subscribe to my channel, because it shares your energy with me and I have a better chance of picking up on your energy in the future. So just keep that in mind. And if it doesn't resonate with you, there's a gazillion other readers out there, but I definitely appreciate the ones that take the time to join me. I know these messages are meant for the ones that need to find it and hear it. So I appreciate you if you did take the time to listen to this. Thank you so much. Joy, love, and light. I hope you have a great month of June.